Alright, hello. Today is Wednesday, the 8th of May, I believe? Yes, we are in May. It's 3 o'clock. Market's not over, but I haven't come out with a video since Sunday night. And I just wanted to update everyone as to what I am doing. I am still very much looking for the short, as I said in the last video. The SPY did break our upside target at 162.23. We had a secondary upside target of 163.30. That is still intact. So what I'm looking for now at this point out of the broad market is one of two things. First off, there's a very real possibility that we close towards the lower end of today's trading range. That's the first thing to keep an eye out for. The second thing is we close above 163, which it looks like it's trying to do now, and then tomorrow that follows up with an inside day towards the downside. If that happens, I think that's the transition point. I very much believe that we need to come back into the 150s before we can establish any real substantial move higher. I do have a target for the long run, and by that I mean into the summer and towards the fall of the 170s, 180s, based on the various wave theories, but I don't really talk about that for the sake of this webcast. So that's what I'm looking at for the SPY. Once we start going, it's going to be one of those mass psychological effects that we saw over here, we've seen over here, and it's going to be every man for themselves. Everybody's going to be pulling their money out, and that's just something to keep an eye on. What I also would like to talk about is I've been working on a sector rotation model for the past couple of weeks. Unfortunately, I've gotten busy with school. I'm finishing up finals, so I haven't really been able to do much by way of that. But I will say, based on my theory and what I see on a day-to-day basis, once we figure out the common denominator within that sector rotation model that I'm creating, that's going to be big for us because we are seeing a base of them holding back certain sectors, certain stocks, while everything else is running, only to run those stocks or have those stocks lead to the downside the next day. So, I mean, I don't really believe in randomness. I believe that there's patterns and all of that. So, using that, I think that's going to kind of spearhead our trading in the future, a couple weeks and months. With that being said, I'll get into some individual tickers here. Amazon, I expect Amazon to come test these lows. Once we do start falling and this market does start coming down again, don't really anticipate those lows breaking. If they do, I think the next low will be right around here, so like 141, somewhere in there. LinkedIn was a huge play today. Again, it held up all morning, and then right around 11 o'clock, it just crapped out. That was a real nice play. LinkedIn's another one. If we start aggressively falling in the broad market, I kind of suspect that LinkedIn will lead that charge and will give out a big 10-point move for us to the downside. Ooh, excuse me. But it's also still dealing with that earnings report. Netflix had a large day today, even though it doesn't really look like it. Netflix kind of screwed everybody off open. Everybody thought it was a short. It ramped back to 210 and then just reversed and came back down. I personally think Netflix goes higher, but I want to wait for more confirmation on that. I mean, I'm seeing here that it wants to go higher, but I think it's going to get repressed, or suppressed rather, by this market. Apple had a big day today. Apple's definitely in an uptrend now. I think longer term we start seeing 500 again, 545 maybe. As far as a fade, if this market does pull back as I expect, my first target, without really doing any technical analysis right now, would be 450, and then from there this Keltner channel line, and so on and so forth. But we'll get there once we get the signs to deal with that. Google, another one, had a massive day today, established new highs. But Google's showing me clear signs of a short right now. I've been getting that from the SPY the last couple of days too. But this Google short might be a nice one to take charge with. 850 would be my first target, and then again the Keltner channel and so on. But like I said, I haven't really done any technical analysis for that yet. Priceline's kind of in a little weird formation here. I'm not going to go into the deeper charts that I have, but it's kind of acting a little bit weird. I would have liked to have seen it test that high again, but it does have earnings tomorrow after close, which is going to be very interesting to see what happens. Expedia shit the bed. That's what this was, or I don't know, it was one of these. Expedia shit the bed, and everyone got worried about Priceline, and that kind of screwed everything up. I will say this about the banking sector. They have been lagging, and they have been lagging big time. And this Goldman Sachs in particular is in a general downtrend right now. Okay? It's in a nice little down, although it might have broken that this week. But with that being said, Goldman Sachs will pull a big move on us if this market does crap out like I'm expecting. So I wouldn't be surprised, and I'd kind of be looking for a move to this midline there, and then after that we'll see what happens there. Citigroup's another one, had a real big day today, new highs. It's in a general uptrend, so I wouldn't really expect much to the downside. Maybe 46 if we get a 4-day pullback, a 3-day pullback, but we'll see what happens. Visa's another one, general uptrend, hit highs off of a couple days after earnings. It's got a dividend coming out, and it's kind of just basing here. If it cracks this, I'll say 76.20, you're going to see a big fade play. So that's something to keep an eye on. JP Morgan seems to be in a little bit of a downtrend since hitting high here, which kind of is to be expected. If this market doesn't crap out, I would kind of expect it to break that high. If it does crap out, however, we'll see where it lands. Midline would be a nice target. And AIG broke highs again, but I'm getting overwhelming short signals. If we crap out, my first target would be where the midline's going to lie. I'll kind of take a guess here and say 43.05. But like I said, that's all kind of up in the air. I actually want to take a second and look at these AIG puts. Alright, yeah, so they're pretty nice right now. Alright. But that's that as far as the individual stocks. SPY just got back over 163, which is pretty interesting, if I do say so myself. But I think that we're getting to the point where we're starting to top out here. Didn't break this high. Didn't even come close. Again, didn't even come close, and I'm already getting short signals. Accumulation was up because of the mono wave here. Okay, but it looks like that wants to reverse and come back down. So this is all what I'm really looking at. I got a lot of hate mail on Twitter the past couple of days because my calls have been off. I told you guys what I was doing. I told you what I was looking at. I told you what I was looking for. I've been looking for the short. I don't care if I missed the longs. I don't care that I missed probably $150,000 in Google this week. Doesn't really bother me because I have a plan. And I didn't make any trades this week because I didn't see my opportunity. I watch the tape all day. I watch this all day. This is what I do all day. So if I miss it, so be it. If I miss Netflix going to 400 because I'm waiting for my plan, that's fine. It's my plan. You guys need to have your own plans. I'm just doing this to help some people out who are asking questions. If you don't like it, don't watch. It's quite simple. Alright, but that's all I got today. I will see you guys.